Welcome to the Not Nerd Show. I'm Nate Heath, and it's Apple Event Day. We are here to help you tech better. Here with me, as always, Mr. Dave Baylor.
I got to tell you, Nate, that green screen background is really looking good for you today. It's sharp and clear. Your mustaches are easy to see. Wait a minute. I feel like maybe there's something else going on here. That's right. We are in the same space today. In the newly upgraded Not Nerd Studios West. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. But that is not why we're here today, to talk about the new studio, which is a work in progress. So please be kind in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe. Also, if you would like to get our content sent to you via notification, like, subscribe, and hit that bell. So
Ding, ding.
So why are you over here today, Nate? I'm a little bit concerned that you just showed up randomly.
Yes. Well, the Apple event, we just finished watching it together. It was exciting. What was it, 72 minutes?
72 minutes. You did the math.
Yes.
The math elite score.
Yes, I do. And the Apple event, this is their traditional... Oh, the studio's falling apart.
Keep going. Act like nothing happened.
Yes. But their iPhone event announcing the new iPhones, but we got some other stuff as well. It's very, very exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited to discuss all the things that we talked about. I had to go fix something real quick. Yeah, let me get my notes up. Oh, I think they're over here. Do I have them up over here?
Yes.
But there were a lot of things announced today, but it was done rather quickly. And one thing I noticed out, which makes no matter at all, is that Tim was more of a master of ceremonies today.
Yes.
He's more, usually he flies in and says good morning and says, here's... to talk about this is this person, and to talk about this is this person. But he was like actually describing things and announcing things. And I thought, wow, they're putting a little more work to him, which is kind of good. He deserves it.
They started off with a video about design and how it's a fundamental philosophy of Apple with a quote by Steve Jobs, and then just showing off software, little nice touches, their devices, their Apple stores, the Apple campus, how everything's just this beautiful design to intro the event. And then Tim Cook came on, did his welcome. We were questioning if he said good morning. I'm sure he did.
I'm not sure that he did.
Wow.
But we will look back and get back with you on that. But
yes. But it was a good start, and they went right into talking about AirPods, and they announced new AirPods Pro 3. So these are their higher end AirPods. We are wearing the AirPods Pro 2 currently. We both own those.
I was going to double check because I don't think I have the ones with the
latest.
Oh, I do. I do.
Yeah. Okay. So before today, we both had the current version of AirPods Pro, but they released the new AirPods Pro 3 with some improvements, better sound quality, new ear tips. There's now 5 different ear tips, and
so many tips.
Studied thousands of ears and took all kinds of data and made it better for more ears, which should be a good thing. One of the big announcements they had on them is live translation.
Oh, yeah. They did this demo, and I can't imagine a more awkward scene where you and I are across the table, and you speak Spanish and I speak English, and it's like, yeah, so it was great meeting you today, and then the AirPods lower the volume of the speaker, but then the computer voice comes through. And so there's going to be this huge delay. And so if you're on the outside looking in, it's going to be like, hola, senor. Oh, hi. How are things? I mean, it's that, you know what I mean? There's going to be this delay. anyway, we'll see how it works in reality.
Yes.
I think it might be just a marketing gimmick.
Again, like we talked about with your pick of the week of Duolingo and different languages, I don't have a lot of use for that, but for people that do, they showed a lady going into a market in Mexico or something and being able to conversate with her and you can show your phone, or your phone will speak it out loud to the person once it translates back. But it'll be very interesting to see. Other phones and devices have this kind of feature over the last year or so, and if you need it, you need it, I guess. But
I guess so. But enough of that.
Yes.
The newer tips you talked about, but of course more durable, sweat and water resistant. It's got a new heart rate sensor built in, so that you can hear it, or I'm sorry, so that it will track that without like your watch and all that stuff on. So that's kind of cool. It's in your ear is what I was trying to say earlier. So that's neat, and we'll see how that works out in reality. And Nate, have you ever been thinking, man, I just wish my AirPods battery would last a little bit longer? Is that something that you often?
Very rarely. And my use case, I was thinking about this yesterday, thinking about AirPods and the rumors and everything. I would love to know what percentage of AirPods users are my use case, because 99% plus of the time I only use one AirPod. Okay. I don't put in both. So for me, it's not as much of an issue because I just take one out, put the other one in because it's charged.
Go back and forth.
The only time that I use both is probably on an airplane, and I have not taken any flights that have been long enough for it to be an issue recently.
I mean, you got to be traveling to like the Middle East or something.
Yes. Yeah. So for those super long trips, but then you take it out for 15 minutes and you can get a charge on it again.
Yeah.
But increased battery life. I've had these ones for a while, and I feel like the battery life's starting to get shorter. But again, I don't have any data on that. I feel like they go for hours and hours.
Yeah.
So
I couldn't get the exact time. There was 4 more hours of something. I think it was listening with live.
I think it was 8 hours of active noise cancellation, 10 hours for the live translation feature. So if you're just listening to music and you're not using the noise canceling, which I don't much, they're already lasting a lot longer. So I think for the AirPods Pro, they are more expensive. They cost $249, but pro tip, ding,
oh, hold on.
Didn't bring my bell.
Gotcha.
There's the AirPods 4, which I need to get a full report. For Chelsea's birthday last month, I gave her a pair of the AirPods 4 I'd gotten on Prime Day. And I was thinking about trying them out, but as somebody who doesn't need the noise cancellation a lot, and you might be able to get away with the cheaper AirPods 4.
And I think they're overall smaller, the Pros.
Yes.
So if you have, because I was thinking about my wife and her smaller ears, that versus the regular 4s or the Pro 3s, you might want to go with the Pro 3s because I think the overall design is smaller for people with smaller ears. My daughter actually really needs those.
And my pro tip was, I forgot about that, that don't pay full price for AirPods. Amazon's always got them on sale. They might not have the Pro 3 right away, but probably for Black Friday, there'll be some discounts. But the AirPods 4 or the AirPods 2 might even get cheaper now. And I think for most people, you're going to be just fine unless you really need extended battery life or live translation. I think you'll be fine with the cheaper ones, but that's my opinion.
Yeah. And moving on, after the AirPods, they talked about the Apple Watch. And of course, they took some time to show their lifesaver video about how Apple Watch has impacted people by helping them call emergency services in an accident, or it's alerted them to like a heart issue or some sleep apnea or something like that. So the Apple Watch continues to be a really great medical device pair for people who, I was going to say people who are active in exercise, but just really anybody. You're driving your car and you hit a tree, your Apple Watch could call emergency services. And I think it's just, there's a lot to be said for having one of these.
Yeah.
Even if you think, well, I'm not really going to use it for anything, but it's like, well, it's just there silently monitoring you in case there's something wrong or there's some emergency that happens. So it's a nice thing to have. And I forget it's even there half the time. But anyway, this new Series 11, it's got 5G cellular built in. Who knew the old one didn't have 5G cellular? But yeah, we talked about blood pressure, hypertension detection. There's a new sleep quality score. That's something that is currently available, but it's the newer. 24 hours of battery life, which is, I think, up from 18, which is great. And a lot of people need that. Like when my wife and I go on our fitness challenges, she always complains because she'll charge her watch overnight, wear it, and she'll do a workout, like walking around the neighborhood or whatever. And by like 6 or 7 o'clock at night, she'll be like, oh, my watch is dead. I didn't get any steps when I walked over to the store or whatever. So anyway, her watch is a little older, but longer battery life in these watches is something that is super important.
Yes.
And then what else we got here? New colors. Well, they're the old colors. Silver, kind of pink, kind of black. And that's it. So what else on the watches do they have here?
So yeah, the Series 11, which is kind of their standard series, the Apple Watch SE, which is the lower price starting at $249. That got some new features. Just kind of some overall improvements. Besides the high blood pressure and hypertension, there wasn't a ton of stuff, but they're bringing some more of the top features from the Ultra down, like the tapping with your fingers and the hand gesture stuff.
Type stuff.
But so the Apple Watch SE is the cheaper option. It can do wrist temperature, sleep score, apnea. But then they released the Apple Watch Ultra, or announced the Apple Watch Ultra 3, the third rendition. They said the all-new Apple Watch Ultra 3, which it didn't really feel, it's got a bigger screen, but I'm guessing like maybe 2 millimeters bigger. They didn't change the overall size. They just were able to fit a bigger screen in.
Well, I think the big thing there is that the display is like an all-new display,
yes.
a wide-angle OLED. So we've got this here, and it's bright straight on, but as you kind of move off axis, it kind of dims. So the new one will stay brighter in more extreme angles, and it's just a little bit bigger too, inside the same housing. So I mean, of all the things they announced that it will do, that's probably one of the most significant things.
Yes, and the satellite connectivity, if you're out in the wilderness and need help, you can do that with your watch. And if you have an active cellular plan on it, it can also use the satellite for SMS and some light duty stuff on the Ultra 3. That one it still starts at $799. But yeah, so that was the 3 levels of Apple Watch. I think all 3 of them have always on display right now, which is a cool feature. You don't have to jiggle your wrist around to get it to wake up. But they've improved them all. The Apple Watch is amazing. We both have the Apple Watch Ultra 1. And I don't think I need to upgrade at this point. But the reason we all really came to this event, the iPhone.
The iPhone. And I'm showing some of the web here. Where did our little pictures of ourselves go? You know, I'm kind of sad that we're.
Oh, because
I don't know where we are, but oh well, that's okay. You remember what we look like. But yes, the iPhone. And did they start off with the regular iPhone?
Yes.
Yes. The 4 models, Tim said. The iPhone 17. It was kind of iffy on what they would name this new one, because previous it had been the 13, 14, 15, 16, and they did go with the 17.
Yes.
So here
the
we are.
The rumors were true.
The rumors were true. The new 17. Oh, I clicked on the Pro. We'll get to that in a moment.
Yes.
Oh, I'm spoiling all of our stuff. So the 17, Magic Chromatic. Look at that. It starts at $799. They did announce, and it was later on, that all iPhone models start with 256 gigabytes of storage, which is very welcome. I believe
Yes.
128 was the minimum before. And of course, it's set at 64 and 16 for years,
Yes.
which is way too small. But yeah, what are some of the things on this new guy that we can look forward to?
Yeah. So there's some different colors, a larger display with thinner borders. The non-Pro now has the ProMotion 120 hertz display, which is a nice upgrade. A lot of people said that that's just kind of a standard at this point for higher end smartphones. 3000 nits of brightness, so brighter. They do have, people always love this, Ceramic Shield 2 with 3 times better scratch resistance on the screen. I think they've pretty much improved that every year, but it always needs more improvement. I was looking at my phone during the event and a couple minor scratches on my 16, but they've got a new A19 chip on the iPhone 17 with iOS 26. At least that one's moved away, so it's not 17, 18, 19 this time. 8 more hours of video playback. They really improved battery life on this.
And they made it very clear, video playback. If you're playing games or doing some other stuff, you're not going to get all those extra hours. This is for specifically video playback, but it's a good barometer to see how other things are going to be. So don't just think, oh, I'm going to use my phone like I normally do, and I'm going to get 8 more hours. It's like, well, specifically if you're just watching video.
Yes.
So that's something to keep in mind.
The thing I'm probably most excited about and it's across all the new iPhones, is the new center stage front camera.
Yes.
2 times larger sensor, 18 megapixel instead of the 12. It's been the exact same camera module for like the last 4 years, I think.
Yeah.
The nice thing with this one, it is a square sensor, so that if you're holding it upright or landscape mode, you can take either vertical or horizontal pictures. It will use AI to expand if if it sees 4 people, it'll widen out or go horizontal instead of vertical to try to get everybody in the photo. But just having 18 megapixel, it's also got action mode, more stabilization.
It was 12 megapixels before, so you can do your own math on that.
But I'm very excited to play with this because most of the videos, the other videos I do for Not Nerd or PDX Fast Foodie, I'm using that front-facing camera so you can see. So it should be an improvement. It has been too long, and so I'm glad they've got this new one. And the square, I think, is a great add-on to this, and it's across even on the non-Pro phones. They got a good deal on these camera sensors, so they're going in all of them.
Yeah, it's amazing that we had the 12 megapixel camera on the front for so long. And I'm like forever, has it ever been upgraded? They've upgraded the quality of it, but it's been a 12 megapixel sensor since the first time they put it on there. But it's interesting the number of content creators who use the iPhone front camera for everything.
Yeah.
We were talking about Ryan Trahan and his 50 states in 50 days thing. Half their content was filmed with the front of the phone, and you could tell that the quality
with 20 million YouTube subscribers and everything, and
it looks pretty good. But you could tell it wasn't quite.
Well, and there's all the devices. I've had multiple pics of the week of the little screens that can go on the back of your phone, because everybody says if you can use the back cameras instead of the front for the quality. They did improve the back cameras. There's 2 cameras on the non-Pros. So you can now they're both 48 megapixel. You can do ultra wide and macro, as well as the standard camera. And there's a 2x telephoto with some cropping on that. But again, on the non-Pro phones, to have all those camera features is really, really great. So I think, for a standard phone, they really upped the game on the non-Pros. Now, we figured the Pro phones would be up next. No, Dave. What'd they drop on us?
The iPhone Air. And I wrote thin.
Yes.
Polished. The iPhone Air is a new class of phone that Apple has released, and I'll try to show you here a picture in a moment. This is I don't know what to call it. this is the bougie
Yes.
influencer thin light jewelry version of the phone. Look how thin it is. The thinnest iPhone ever. There's not, well, if you exclude the camera bump on the back there, but there's never been another iPhone this thin. And honestly, there hasn't been one as feature rich and powerful as this. Now we'll get into the pros here in a moment, but I'll just go through this website. Super thin, light, shockingly strong. They've got quote new colors again with gray, goldish, bluish, and blackish. So anyway, this is for the soccer mom who wants to look good and carry around her thin phone.
No, Dave, I've got to interrupt.
Who is it
This
for?
phone looks really cool. I have no idea who this phone is for.
No, that's who it's for. It's for
because it's only got
bag.
one camera on it. They're not going to have options for photos. If it's the soccer mom, they're not going to be able to zoom in on their kid.
I disagree. It's got a 48 megapixel fusion camera, which allows it to zoom in optically via cropping and digitally through scaling. So I think you're going to be able to get the soccer kids just fine with this camera. There's never been a time in history where the entire lineup of iPhones have had cameras this good, especially the front-facing camera, because all of them have that new front-facing camera. So anyway, I think it's going to be, I don't know, I think of my daughter. She's going to want to walk downtown with her nice bag and with a new accessory we're going to talk about here in a moment. She's going to carry this thing around and, I got a text message. I'm going to look at it and then I'm going to put it back down and it's going to be light and thin and shiny. I don't know.
I still hold to my thing. I think this phone was only released for them to get data for their foldable phone. This is just for the few people that will buy these to be able to use them. They can get feedback on the Air model, but it will just be so that next year they can have one that's thin, but it's a foldable phone.
Yeah, so there's a picture on screen right now of the side view. Think of two of those sandwiched together, one not having the giant camera bump. And there you go. There's your foldable phone with the hinge in the middle. So yes, I agree that this is a prototype for a future foldable phone, but it's still cool. I think they're going to sell more than they can make. I really do.
And I think it's for the suckers. We're putting this on gentleman's bet.
Gentleman's bet.
But let me just read through quickly some of the features because a lot of these translate over to the pros as well. Always on display, 3,000 nits, more durable, titanium, A19 Pro chip, N1 wireless chip. So Apple's now doing their own wireless Wi-Fi, Bluetooth Threads chips, C1X modem, their own cellular modem, which is 2 times faster than the last one they developed in the spring. Most power efficient phone ever. The single camera, like we mentioned, 48 megapixels, 12 megapixels for 2x zoom. So it gives you that, but no ultra wide or macro eSIM only, which we could have guessed. Battery life, it's got an adaptive power mode, all day battery life. The accessories.
Here we go.
So they have
go.
Super thin translucent case and then a bumper case, which they had way in the past when you were holding it wrong.
iPhone 4.
But there are crossbody straps that can be attached to these cases, not just to the phone themselves. So you'll have to have a case on it. And it'll be mere minutes before third parties are doing the same thing. But
hey, a quick sidestep.
Yeah.
My sister had this thing. She came out to visit here this past week. So here where the camera hole is, or not the camera hole, the charging hole, it was a piece that you put in there that sticks on the back of your phone and a lanyard comes through and you can put it on your wrist or around your neck or crossbody. These things exist and apparently people buy them. But you can adapt them to your current phone. You don't have to go out and buy Apple's brand new phone just to get in cases to get this lanyard thing. But it apparently is a thing that I didn't know about. So maybe this is going to be the next big thing you see everybody walking around with one of these crossbody lanyard. So
Yeah.
anyway, please continue.
Yes. Oh, and they also do have a new low-profile MagSafe battery. They did not mention MagSafe at all. Any changes in MagSafe or anything besides just that mention of a new battery pack for the iPhone Air, which I'm guessing will work on any
work
device.
On anything, but yeah, I don't know how many milliamps it is.
Yeah, super cool phone. I think it's I think it's very cool, but I just, for me at least, I'm like, well, you're either going to be super cheap because the non-Pro starts at $799, the Air starts at $999, and then the Pro start at $1099. So let us get into the iPhone 17 Pro. I think they talked about it is the most pro phone ever, because Tim Cook did mention that since they have the iPhone Air in their lineup, that they're able to go crazier with the Pro. I don't know why that allows them to do it. I think pros just want a more pro phone,
I guess
no matter what.
They have an option for people. So they're like, well, we don't want to make the Pro 2 out of reach because some people don't want the regular one. So maybe now that they have another segment, they can feel like they're...
Yes. So it's a new aluminum alloy space, NASA... SpaceX, whatever, developed, Apple developed alloy where it's custom milled.
And with a new font for the word Pro.
And I don't know if we mentioned it on the Air, they're calling it the Plateau.
Oh, yeah.
The camera plateau on the Air and the Pros, which goes the entire width of the iPhone, which allows them to do more in there, put more camera, put more stuff. I like to look at it. They did not mention Vision Pro once. No. Spatial video once, any of that stuff. I forgot about
Vision Pro. I wanted to see the Vision Pro 2 budget model that I could afford.
But yeah, the iPhone 17 Pro, they're using a new ceramic shield on the front and the back. They're saying the back's going to be a lot more...
Same with the Air, same with the regular. They both have the ceramic shield on both sides.
More durable. Now, here's my biggest beef. I have loved every Pro phone. 3 colors.
Yep.
Silver.
Okay.
Cosmic orange, and deep blue. No space gray. There's a space gray on the Air. There is no space gray phone. For the last decade, at least, maybe longer, I have had space gray on my phone. I am worried. I will probably go dark blue. It is going to clash with a lot of my plaid shirts. I might have to get rid of some plaid shirts, buy some new ones. I am upset. Why they couldn't just add a 4th color on the Pro phones?
They couldn't make enough, I guess.
Blue?
So I'm trying to desperately find this midnight blue. Oh, here we go. Colors. Can I change the color? Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
So there's the new cosmic orange.
Cosmic orange, which
cosmic cosmic is not really orange.
All it reminds me of is the orange on the Apple Watch. Which is the safety orange. So that's the safety orange phone.
But here is the aforementioned midnight deep blue.
Deep blue.
It's more of like, I think it's supposed to be deep ocean kind of blue.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the boring silver one, which, I don't mind the white/silver. I get that sometimes. The camera I'm using here is actually white. But you don't think you can rock the old midnight
I don't know. I like subtle. The silver is too bright. The orange, I don't know. Crazy. But the blue, it is not often that I am upset with Apple, but I am upset there's no space gray. But enough on the colors.
Yeah.
That's a personal thing. It's got the A19 Pro chip with a larger cache, more memory, 40% better sustained performance for gaming and high intensity stuff. All 3 rear cameras, this is the other part I'm always super interested in, are now 48 megapixel fusion cameras.
Yeah.
The zoom on the telephoto, there's a 4x and 8x zoom. So instead of 5x, which my phone has as the maximum optical zoom, you can now do 8x and up to 40x digital zoom.
Yeah, I use the digital zoom all the time.
Yeah.
I put it on the 5x camera, and then I zoom in there and it goes to 25 digital zoom. And it's surprisingly good. It's a little soft, but it actually works pretty good. So I'm looking forward to a 40x digital zoom with these higher megapixel cameras. Or lenses, sorry, so that I can, zoom into stuff more.
Yeah.
You know what you do with the zoom lens. You zoom in on stuff.
And they have some new Pro video features, ProRes RAW capture, which is an upgrade, and Genlock, which will sync multiple cameras. And they've got a new Blackmagic Pro dock. Now this stuff's way out of even our realm of video capture stuff.
Crazy.
But it looks really cool. They showed like a stop motion, bullet matrix view thing with like 30 different iPhones where all the video would be completely synced up on that. As far as accessories, the tech woven case instead of the fine woven case, which got blasted for its durability last year. They've got a tech woven case. To be honest, I wasn't really paying attention. I am caseless, and even if I do buy a case, I'm not going to buy an expensive one from Apple.
Here's a picture of what it looks like.
Yeah, they look pretty cool.
It's like a fabric case.
Yeah.
I think they should have kept the leather. I don't know why they moved away from the leather. If they're gonna, let's be honest. I mean, they're like, this is environment. If they're really concerned about the environment, they wouldn't make iPhones at all because of all the manufacturing, the shipping, all the things they do, like harm the environment. And so it's like, okay, well, we're not going
to just shut down if you're worried about the environment.
We're not going to have leather. It's like, well, they're killing the cows anyway. Let's use the leather, people. Yes. So anyway, I don't know.
And they did make some mention throughout on all the different devices about the quantity of recycled metals and stuff they're using. But yes. Just use some leather. And they have clear and color cases with new button design that should supposedly work better with your buttons.
I think the buttons are fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a third-party case here from Torres, and it's got
the buttons work.
The buttons do it. You push it, and it does a thing. So yeah.
Yes, and I do think the non-Pro phone or the other phones, like even the non-Pro, get the camera control button on the side, which I literally have turned off in settings because with the way I grab my phone or the way I put it on a tripod, it would always trigger that.
Yeah.
It's got some cool features, but I use the action button to open the camera. So I have it turned off, which is a bummer. I would love to use it more, but
well, could you use it to quick launch your camera, or are you going to hit it all the time?
Yeah. It was used in air more than it was used intentionally for me. So it made sense for me to turn it off. I'm guessing some people must use it. I haven't heard much about it since the initial iPhone reviews last year.
If you use your camera mainly if you use your phone mainly as a camera, perhaps you have it all set up and dialed in the way you want it to go. Hopefully they'll continue to improve the software that attaches to that, because that's where a lot of the complaints come in. Is that it's hard to use.
Yeah.
But in standard Apple fashion, they kind of introduce these features as done, and then they just sit there for 5 years. So hopefully they're going to improve it. But we'll see.
I think on the Pro phones, I don't think there was size changes for screen or case stuff. So it's the same sizes, just a lot of new power in the cameras and the chips. But yeah, so that was the event. I believe iOS or all the OS 26s will probably come out like next Tuesday. The AirPods, I think you can pre-order now. Maybe the watches. iPhone pre-orders are at 5 a.m. Pacific on Friday, and then they'll be released the next Friday. So usually it goes event. Some of the other things you can pre-order now. iPhone pre-orders on Friday. New OSs next Tuesday. And then the iPhones release next Friday. So, Dave, overall, what are your thoughts?
I liked the AirPods Pro 3. I will continue to use my Pro 2 until they die, and then I'll upgrade to Pro 3. Or if I need a second pair for some reason. So I like that. That's definitely always on the docket to purchase that. It's a no-brainer. $250, often $179 on sale.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Just go buy them. I got the iPhone 15 Pro Max here, and I'm thinking, the 16 wasn't really compelling enough for me to switch. Is the 17? And I'm thinking the orange color is really cool. And I like the 40x digital zoom option, But I don't know. We'll see. The prices, they might have priced me out of that game. It was $1,000 just to get started. So, but outside of that, I'd take a new watch. But like you mentioned, my watch Ultra 1 is working just fine. I might try to find an Ultra 2 on Facebook Marketplace, heavily discounted for people who are flocking to the 3. But, other than that, that's kind of where I'm at. So I'm assuming you're going to be getting the new one because you're on the Apple payment plan or whatever it's called.
Apple iPhone upgrade program. Yes. AirPods, same boat. Apple Watch, same boat. I'm good. I pay a monthly fee to Apple, and every year I can just turn in this phone and get the new phone. So I will do it. I will be going for the 17 Pro. I don't want the Air. And obviously, once you kind of get used to the Pro, I think it would be hard to go to a lesser model.
Yeah.
I haven't gone the max size the last 2 years. I was thinking about it yesterday, and I'm maybe 60 on the non-max, 40% on going for the max, just to go back to the bigger phone. It is nice to have the bigger screen, but it's also more clunky.
Yeah. So you've got the regular size, right?
Yes, the regular size.
So here's the Pro size.
And he has a case, but it's almost an inch taller and almost half an inch wider, little bit heavier. But I think having the max is nice just for that screen size. So that might be, if my brain is working at all, at 5 a.m. on Friday morning when I go into pre-order.
You got to get it all set up ahead of time.
I'll flip a coin and see which phone I go with.
So here's my model. Here's my model without the case, and we can compare them here in a second. But one of the, are you sure you want to trust me?
Yeah.
But one of the things that I was thinking about as they build these things softer, more durable and stronger. Geesh, I can't talk today. Is that the concept of going with no case is actually something I'm thinking about more with the 17 because of the stronger glass and all the materials. Like let's take a close up on yours here. So you said there were a couple small scratches.
Oh, on the screen? I don't know if you'll...
Well, I don't look at your private stuff on your screen.
There was like one near the bottom. It won't focus on there, but...
Yeah.
Just mine, I had not noticed them until I intentionally held it up to the window and kind of did the reflecty thing. Some just hairline scratches on there.
Yeah, and you've been rocking that for a year.
A year, no case.
Yeah, mine's been in
my pocket.
Mine's been in a case the whole time, but of course it's pristine looking. So I'm wondering if I got the new 17, if I could go caseless. But you don't feel like you're going to drop it because it's slick or anything like that?
Sometimes off the chair of my recliner or the arm, it'll just randomly slide off. They are slippery. That's my only downside, but not having a case and having it that much thinner and smaller sure is nice. But the durability, I love that they keep improving that, the cameras. But yeah, what do you guys think? Are you interested? Are any of you as dumb as me and going to wake up at 5 a.m. on Friday
to catch
do
them all.
any pre-orders? Do you want AirPods? Do you have Apple Watches? I think the phones across the line, the new iPhone Air, we will see how that one works out. But they're all improvements, so I think it's going to give people incentive to upgrade. Did they mention Apple Intelligence?
No.
Maybe just, I don't know if they called it Apple Intelligence, but they did say a couple times there's some AI just in talking about a different feature.
The machine learning and all this stuff.
Like the Apple Watch or like the workout app is using some more machine learning stuff. So that was kind of interesting. They didn't do that.
Yeah, that's kind of a blurst term at this time, Apple AI. So until they make it work well, I think we're not going to hear much about it on there.
But 72 minutes. Again, it was beautiful. It was all shot on iPhone 17s and edited on a Mac. But if you want to watch that, you can. But I think we summarized it pretty good.
Yeah, just head over to apple.com, and if you click on the little thing at the top,
the menu.
The menu. Geez. The
on
Apple
the website.
If you go to the main page, it has everything. It's got
Yeah.
the Pro, the Air, the regular iPhones, the AirPod 3s, the Series 11, the Apple Watch Ultra, everything. They didn't talk about iPhone SE.
No, they
And
mentioned
they didn't talk
the
about Watch
iPhone
SE.
16e is in their lineup at the
Oh, okay.
$399.
So that's their budget SE.
That was
model.
their spring phone that they released.
So they're
So
not
that
gonna
one's
do
still
a
good. But they didn't mention
17E or anything.
if any of the 16 models are still available.
I'm sure they are. They keep them
Usually,
They keep them in the lineup.
oh yeah, they've got the 16 non-pro and the 16e still available. So
And of course, you can buy them, anywhere.
yeah. Yeah, he did. Actually, Tim Cook mentioned that they do have some deals. They've worked with carriers to have some good trade-in deals. So if you are looking, you might want to check in with your carrier, see if they're offering you something for your old phone to get a new phone. Apple does some trade-in stuff, but usually your carriers are more motivated because they want to lock you in to them. But you might be able to get a good discount or get some cash for your old iPhone. But yeah, that was the Apple September 9th. Was it awe-dropping, Dave?
Awe-dropping was the term.
Yes.
Yes, but it was exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing what the new phones look like and feel like in hand. And of course, I'll be seeing yours because you always get the one. And I'm still contemplating whether I'm going to pull out this wallet and get this bad boy, 17 Pro Max or the Pro.
Yeah.
We'll see. $1,000.
Yeah, starting. The Air starts at $1,000, then it's actually $1,100 to start with the lowest end Pro. I will probably end up getting the 17 Pro with 512, double the initial storage.
Not the max size, but double the
storage. No, not the. They have 1 terabyte on the 17 Pro, and then the Pro Max goes up to
2 terabytes
with a T. Yes,
I
that
think
is
you
a
need
lot
to
of storage.
delete some stuff if you get to that point.
Yes, I agree. Well, with that, thank you for everybody that joined us on the live. You can watch it later. Usually we are live Tuesday nights at 6:30 p.m. Pacific. But iPhone event, we get too excited. We couldn't wait till later today. Thank you for joining in, watching later, listening later. Now you can get out there and tack better by spending a lot of money with Apple.
And send your money to us so we can spend it.
Yes.